What it do, world? This your one DJ C Alpha, and right now I'm sitting here with the one and only, the original Diamond Lashay. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
And today, you know, we have a little 4-1 for the for show one. You know what I mean? We're trying to bring some good, positive information to your ears. You know what I mean? So open up your ear hole. You know what I mean? And get blessed. You know what I'm saying? So you can find out what the real deal is, what's going on out here in this entertainment industry. You know, we have some cats out here that's calling themselves mainstream artists. You know what I mean? Representing companies that really are not even set up and structured properly. Paperwork not in place. You know, no paper trails that are creditable to validate these people's stories and their claims and whatnot. I'm not gonna hold the floor too long. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic, you know what I'm saying, to Miss Lashay. And you know, y'all pay attention, man. Listen, you know what I mean, because this information might save y'all a lot of money, a lot of heartache, a lot of headaches. You know what I mean? Basically just a lot of trouble that you don't need. How you doing this morning, Diamond?
I'm doing wonderful, especially after I got saved from this label. I'm doing wonderful.
You know, when you say saved from this label, let the folks know what label it is that you're talking about. What's going down with it, so folks know the real deal. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm talking about Top SHOTTA Records Federation. It's a label that was, I guess, put together from GT SHOTTA, who was supposed to be an original member of Wu-Tang. And I was told that information personally when he made contact with me, wanting to sign me for a record contract. And based on meeting him and going over my contracts, I felt like in my heart everything was up to code. It wasn't until we started like meeting up in locations for certain events, and when I had a lot of questions pertaining to my studio time, that I realized that this label might not even have the budget to push me or to, you know, to just do anything that they're supposed to do with me.
Okay. You say when he first met, when y'all first started talking business, you say he represented himself as a member of the Wu-Tang clan?
Yes, sir. He told me, this is what he said. He said that his name is GT SHOTTA. He's a reggae artist he's the only reggae artist that's been signed with Wu-Tang. And, you know, my thing is, I took that and I ran with it for the simple fact of he gave me this chain. And this chain has the Wu-Tang, like the Wu-Tang bird and everything, you know, like the logo, basically.
Right.
So I'm a loyal person, so I didn't really dig to look for those concrete, you know, facts. I just took with his word. And, you know, it just wasn't until things started not looking right, making sense to me, and my people started digging, and we discovered that he was never even signed to Wu-Tang. They don't even know who he is. I happen to be right now a friend of Old Dirty Bastard's son. Nobody knows him. And it's crazy, you know, I felt so hurt when I started reaching out to sources that are truly in the Wu-Tang Federation, and nobody knows him like that, you know.
So, I mean, he gave you an official Wu-Tang chain, or, I mean...
It's a Wu-Tang, I'm going to say Wu-Tang chain because of the bird. And it says Wu, but then on there it also says TS, and then on the side it says Federation. So the TS will be for Top SHOTTA, and then the other side would be for, you know, the Federation, and obviously the Wu. So Top SHOTTA Wu Federation. You know, and I even went out and got a tattoo, you know, of the same logo.
Oh.
Because I'm thinking in my mind that I am with an artist that used to be a part of the Wu-Tang. He's telling me he's going to take my career to the next level. You know, I have X amount of dollars in my contract to state everything he's saying, to back it up, and I felt confident. But again, when it came to actually doing things, nothing was getting done, just a bunch of talk. The quality of things just wasn't looking right, you know, so it made me question. It made me start digging, you know.
When you say the quality of things, what do you mean? Give us an example.
Just different events. Like, for example, we had a get-together at an establishment, and I get there, the establishment's air is not working. We're out here in 109 degree weather, no air. The artists, the only people showing up is the artists, which we already was kind of familiar with each other. I mean, it was just unprofessional to the max. You know, and I just felt like somebody that supposedly had their name on billboards and got all this money to back them up, things shouldn't be promoted the way they've been promoted. Then I got a whiff of this pleasure. It's called the Perfect Pleasure Tour. And it says signing party for Top Shotta Records on Diamond Lashay's. They were supposed to have me a signing party July 23rd, okay, for signing me to this label. It wasn't until I found out that these flyers they had me running around here posting was just a big old sham. They was just going to get people's money at the door for other artists under the impression of them thinking they're going to get some type of contract or whatever. And the money was to be collected and handed to myself. When I got a whiff of that, I don't get down like that, so I was upset about that. And I told my husband about it, which he brought it to DC's attention, you know.
Wait, so you saying the signing party was supposed to be for you? They were going to charge artists to get in or to get on and perform?
Yep. We had to get, I think so, yep. We had to get tickets. We were going to have to buy tickets and get rid of these tickets to people for them to show up with the same ticket to get a chance to either perform their song or talk to GT for this record deal. But in their mind, they had no plan on signing anybody. But at the same time, I felt like they were going to use my name to lure people in, because that's what started happening. Like, after I talked to him, I noticed I was being passed on to the Perfect Pleasure Tour. It's another artist's name is Crazy. You know, just a bunch of different artists, and I didn't understand why they kept trying to merge us as one, because it boils down to funding. It boils down to things not being properly set up. It's just all total. It's not professional.
So who all is involved in the planning of this event?
It says more info, contact Legal MOBB Entertainment, and it was supposed to have been hosted by Mr. Crimson. And GT says Brooklyn Zoo, which is all falsified. Billboard Reggae Artist, which is all falsified. GT, they're supposed to be doing all this.
So Legal MOBB
Entertainment, and it's a number here on my flyer and everything. And then another thing, I took my flyer to this particular store somewhere over in Scottsdale, and the minute he seen this flyer, he went off. He knew GT Shotta. He said GT Shotta is a fraud, and they have people looking for him. I guess previous things that he done, something about a juice tour. And when I heard that, we went home. I Googled juice tour, and sure enough, GT's name is all up and down throughout that whole situation. And it made me realize that it was some common truth, because the guy that is, you know, talking about GT said that GT charged him $300 for some type of insurance. Well, when I met GT Shotta, I gave GT Shotta $300 too. Same setup. I gave him $300, and the $300 was supposed to have been for my bio, because he told me that the bios are they go through a third party. Yeah, so then when I do my homework, I come to find out that, you know, you're not even supposed to be paying for your own bio, like, when you get with the label. It's just a lot that just not making sense. And I told them that. I kept asking him, why does things look so unprofessional? And every time I would start speaking up, him and BK would call themselves doing like a conference call with me. They'll call me, have me on the phone for like maybe a half hour, 20 minutes, just telling me things I ain't doing. I'm not doing enough posting on my Facebook page. I'm not pushing enough flyers around. And the reason why I wasn't is because I had got a whiff of it. They had known that I knew it. I was already on to them before they knew.
Who is BK?
Supposed to be Brenda Lowery. Supposed to be GT's manager. It's how they came off and told me. He said BK is my manager. She's well known out here. I want you to run wherever she do, you go. So if she throws events, I don't care. You show up. And that's what I had a problem with, because every time I showed up, it was very unprofessional. You know, how are you doing this and this and that? My image is positive. I'm making music with no cuss words now. I'm for the kids. I'm for positive, you know. But when we show up at an event, we got people smoking and drinking and dressed half naked. Like, I was confused. And, you know, I didn't want to have my name attached to that. So I ended up just pulling out the contract. Like, I ain't even tell nobody nothing. I just talked to another source to find out, you know, to the extent of my contract, and I found out that it's not even valid. There's no money. There's no there's nothing. There's nothing.
Wow.
And I feel hurt, but it didn't get me down because I believe in myself and I know what I can do. But it's just sad because you got to think. Just think of it, a whole bunch of other artists, such as myself. I mean, we all out here trying to do the same thing, you know. And I just don't want them to take advantage of people. I mean, it's just not right, man. It's not right.
So, I mean, outside of paperwork not being right or the organization, the events not being properly facilitated and set up, what other type of issues did you have?
They were unprofessional, like I said. I'm going to say, like, it's been, like, within the group, a lot of sexual transactions and stuff being made, comments. They do this thing called Truth or Dare. Not sure what that's about, but I heard Truth or Dare when I was in high school, you know, and that's when you say something, you dare somebody to do whatever. They would go to their own separate hotel room when we were all together and play this little game, you know, and I know it conducted into sexual favors. I'm not sure who all participated, but me and my husband were left in a whole nother hotel room while they went to go participate in this game. It was BK, it was GT, it was Crazy Spouse, it was Mr. Grimm, like the whole group, you know. And I'm like, well, man, me and my husband looking at each other like, are they next door having sex with each other? You know, we're trying to figure out what's going on, and that's what was going on. So it made me feel some type of way. Now, this is the same people I'm supposed to go on tour with. These are the same people I'm supposed to trust to have my back. You know, it just, I just felt uncomfortable. I just felt like the men was just looking at me, like undressing me with their eyes.
Right.
And it's just crazy. One of the reasons why I took my bodyguards with me, that was another thing. Like, he got upset when I showed up with my bodyguard. He's like, what do you need bodyguards for? Well, BK called him, actually. BK called and told him that I showed up and I left, and I didn't stay the whole time, so he ended up calling me the next morning, calling himself, chewing me out because of that. And like I told him, my vehicle was bigger than the whole entire establishment. It had no air in there, you know. Your manager was half naked, you know what I'm saying? She can't even, like, I ain't supposed to see her goodies. She's supposed to be doing some professional stuff. Why is she dressed like that? You know, it just made me irritated. And I told him, yeah, I left. You know, I don't want no part to do with that. And he tried to tell me, okay, well, calm down, Diamond Lashay. Well, we're going to just switch your signing party somewhere else. You ain't even got to have it there. And I'm like, in my mind, no, it's not going to happen at all. I'm not doing anything with y'all. Y'all crooked, y'all snakes, and y'all out here trying to cause people to fumble. And I will never be a part of that.
You know, we had talked briefly the other day, and you made mention to something about him telling you leave your husband to move where he was at. What
yes, that's another thing. He told me, he said, look, Diamond, you think too much. So what I'm gonna have to do is fly you down here to me for a week. Because I just think you up under your husband too much. You're up under your family too much. And, you know, when he said, literally as he said it, my face dropped, because you know, that made no sense. But after I talked to another source, then it made sense on what was really going on, because in the past, GT will fly artists down to the house, and I guess he will make sexual advances on them, right along with his spouse. And it was under my understanding that the spouse is in a situation where GT has total control anyway. So anything that he says goes. So she participates. And then I found out how he gets to fly everywhere free with no money is because the spouse is a flight attendant. So he gets to just do all this free travel. You know what I mean? And it's horrible.
Wow.
This is horrible.
So.
Oh yeah, and then another thing, like when I first met BK and we went to the club and I did my performance there. It was told to me, don't hang out with her, don't do anything with them, they groupies. Which really confused me, because I looked at BK, like he said, as his manager. So I'm not, you know, before I even had any suspicions of GT, I wasn't going to look at BK kind of wrong. The only thing I said was she was just unprofessional, you know, because I didn't know her to say anything, but I'm going off what my boss told me. She's a groupie. So I'm like, well, how you going to let a groupie manage your career? You know, just things wasn't making sense. So it got to the point where I started recording GT. And I got messages and messages and messages because that's how I started feeling with him. Like I had to record him because he started contradiction and contradicting different things that he said. So something just was like, you know what, you got to start busting out your recorder and just start recording him. And that's exactly what I did.
So did you get any recordings of him like making innuendos or propositions or anything? Or
I have to. You know what? I know I got something. I haven't looked at it since we all, parted ways, listened to it. But I do have him on there because we had brought up something about BK and him mentioning she was the groupie and this and that. And he was explaining himself like that's a different level of, it's a different situation. But yeah, I'm trying to pull it up.
Well, yeah. Well, when you dig up that information again, we'll have to do a part 2 on this, definitely.
Okay.
Because the thing is, like I say, it's important for folks to know what's going on.
That's right.
Credibility is everything.
Right.
If you want to be a swinger, they have adult entertainment social clubs for that, where you can go and get your freak on. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Right.
But when you're supposed to be trying to run a legitimate business, you
it's
have
almost like a escort service with artists. Basically, that's how it looks. And anytime that I can put everyone's situation together, and I don't even be around them. I'm always in the crib. I only come out when GT called me to come. And when he called me, I'm like, hey, is things in order? And he's like, well, what do you mean? You know what I mean. Is it looking bootleg? And he's like, why are you carrying your stuff like you better? It's not that I'm better. Things need to be professional. No one's gonna take people seriously. And then you got me out here running around passing out these flyers, which is a total sham. You have no intention on signing anyone. Then you got people that's gonna come be genuinely wanting to pay this money. I got fans that wanna pop up. I'm not gonna do that.
right.
I'm not doing that.
Man.
So I have not, to this day, I still have not talked to GT. He's making his way, like I think you said he tried to contact you, he tried to contact someone else, but he never tried to reach out to his artist.
Right.
Not once.
Yeah, after we talked, I found myself on the blocked list.
Yeah, I'm blocked too. Don't feel bad, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is because I'm glad you're doing this because GT, I am not the only person he's done this to. A woman sold her house and took her kid. She took her kids to where he was supposed to be living. He took the down payment from the house that this woman sold. Told her he's gonna go pay the mortgage on it and left in her vehicle, and she ain't seen him or the vehicle since. He also has 32 open child support cases in New York City alone.
Wait a minute. Say that again. He has what?
32 open child support cases right now in the city of New York alone because he's nasty. Like he makes sexual advances to his artists or whoever, whatever chick or whatever. And he gets his way, and behind it, these people be having babies. Like, I've literally, it's just so much stuff. Since all this has popped out, it's been like people hitting me up out of the woodwork that they done been through stuff with him. And I know they telling the truth. It just hurt my heart. I had cried about the chick that sold the house. Like, I just cried because I know how he had me. Anytime you had me go out put a tattoo on my collarbone, yeah, you good.
Hi, Diamond. This is Rebecca. Hi, Diamond. This is Rebecca, Miss PR. I had a question as far as how many people do you think have been affected by him and the scam?
Oh my goodness, honey! I want to say over 300, easy. Just off the stuff alone that I read, because each and every person that's complaining, their names on the complaint, and it's different people. He's been involved in a scam in Orlando. He's been involved in the Juice Tour. That was a huge scam because there was a whole bunch of people involved, including dancers. With
the Juice Tour, he's saying that someone stole his identity, and that somebody set that up under his identity, but it was not him.
That's false. That's false. All that's false.
And so there are registered documents or documents of listing all the victims' names across the country.
Names. They got police reports and everything. You remember that site we was on? have to get you guys this information. Yeah. They got police involved and everything, police reports.
But no one said it's a civil matter because they volunteered gave money to him.
Oh yeah, one of the guys said that the cop said it's a civil matter since they voluntarily gave him money.
That's okay.
They were waiting on it.
You get enough, if you get enough people together who have handed over money to a person who is impersonating being someone else, he did it under the guise of being affiliated with Wu-Tang. So that brings Wu-Tang into the mix, and you get enough people together, you can do a class action suit. Doesn't matter if it's civil or criminal. If he's found guilty on the civil level, it can be taken up to criminal.
Yeah, that's what I told my husband. I said, that's why I'm not going to fool with them. I'm not doing nothing else, and whatever I have to do to stop this, I'm more than willing because, you know, at the end of the day, this will break an artist's spirit. If they don't know themselves, thank God I've come into, you know, grown to become who I am, and I know what I'm worth and what I can do, so it really not affect me. But can you imagine for artists just now starting out?
Right.
And they go through that, it can break their spirit. It really can. I mean, I went out once again and got this tattoo on my collarbone. Before I was even showing anything, that's how good he is when he talks. Real
so, and that's an interesting point. You know, you got the tattoo on you. From the reports that we read, what we seen, some of the people that described him for the Juice tour described him to the T. Even described his tattoos. So, you know, though he said that if someone stole his identity, I find it highly unlikely and highly improbable that someone would have the exact same Wu-Tang tattoo in the exact same location. I mean, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but, you know.
Right.
And then did you ever receive your bio, your completed bio for the $300 that you gave him?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
Yep.
And was it complete and professional?
No, my 10-year-old child could have did it.
Oh.
Yeah, that was another thing. I'm like, so I'm paying for a picture of me, basically, and my name. I sent him my original bio. I told him I had one to begin with, and he's like, oh, well, can you send it to me? And I'm like, well, sure, you know. So he's like, you're gonna need a better one, a more professional one. And the only thing he done was took a couple lines out of my original bio and added his record label and put my name in a picture.
Wow.
And sent it back to me. And I looked at it, you know, I'm a kind person, I'm loyal. I didn't even say nothing. I took it and I was like, well, thank you, I appreciated it, you know. It was a red flag. I was like, well, man, maybe it do cost $300. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that deep in the industry.
Well, maybe
EPKs can run that much or higher. A bio alone, unless you're having a person from actual Universal or Warner Brothers do it, doesn't cost that much. But just to show our appreciation for you bringing this to us and making us aware so that the light can shine on our darkness as well, as far as how we've been fooled or who we're doing interactions with. If you want to meet with us, I will do your bio for free.
Oh, I appreciate it. Oh, that's so sweet. I appreciate that.
Not a problem. We don't want, I mean, just like when we talked to Russ Rico yesterday, he's getting attacked from all angles, but, you know, he doesn't mind it. He knew that this is what would happen when he tried to expose them. We're getting attacked from all angles, and if you already have been, or if you do start to get attacked, there needs to be some benefits. All the people who are about their business needs to be able to stick together, come to each other's defense, and help each other out, even if it's in the area of writing professional bios.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree with you 100. And he has not made no contact with me. And I knew that because Russ told me, he said, you know what, at this point, you're the one with the power.
Now,
he still hasn't talked to me, and I know why. You know, there's nothing he could say to me.
Is there any chance that you can take the chain and maybe go sell it and get your money back?
No, the chain is like a replica. It's so bougie. I don't think you can. There's no money. Like,
is it real gold or?
I have two chains, and I took and broke one up, and it's just like, to me, it looks like plexiglass. It's plexi.
Well, I mean, the chain itself is at least the chain gold, or I mean.
No, it's plated. That was another thing. He's like, well, whatever it is, it's bootleg. Okay. From what? It's from Hobby Lobby. My husband says.
Nuh-uh.
Cause he got into it with me. GC tells me, he's like, you posting your pictures on Facebook, but you're not wearing your chain. And I'm like, well, I'm not wearing the chain because on the chain is chipping. You know what I'm saying? This is another thing. Like, you want me to be out and about, and we all know Phoenix got some beautiful sun, so everything is bright. And you want me to wear this chain that's chipping? Like, come on, now, you know, everything was just bootleg. And I try to tell him, I'm like, GT, if y'all don't have the money, I'm trying to be nice, if y'all don't have the money for the record, I'll pay for it. Oh, no, my label got money. We got money. You know, that's what I told him. Like, I go to the salt mine. I ain't going nowhere else unless the quality is like the salt mine. You know? And they just wasn't budging. But I understood, I got it. Because if they would have came to that salt mine, and Don would have seen them, because Don knows who's professional, who ain't, they would have been discovered that day. And that's why he didn't want to meet Don. He didn't want to meet him. He didn't want to meet none of my sources. You know, they made me turn down a situation that I had got coming through 98.3 because they said BK got a radio station pending. I think it's Xbox or something like that, something. So when I looked up the link, it's bootleg. I'm like, here she go. Bootleg. I don't know what's going on.
Wait, they told you to turn down a deal with the terrestrial?
Man, I got Kevin, what's his name? Bootleg Kevin. I got a hold of him, okay? Somehow. And he ended up, I found out he's not with 98.3 anymore. He's got his own radio station. So I'm trying to link up something with him to get something going. And he reaching out to me. I tell GT, because I'm thinking I'm supposed to do what an artist's supposed to do. I'm telling my manager and I'm telling my label. And he like, well, just wait on that, because we got some other stuff. You know, BK got some sources. That's what they use, sources. You know, so then I instantly got upset. She your manager. My husband's my manager. Like, why are you passing me off on BK all the time? And then she like, well, yeah, you know, you can get on the radio station, send me all your music, and then she sent me the link, and I clicked on it, and when it popped in, I was very disrespected. It was like she slapped me in my face with some more bootleg. Like, I don't like the bootleg look, and I told them over and over and over again. So y'all must not have money.
Because Bootleg Kev is an industry radio DJ that actually meets with Ludacris and a lot of big artists. He also stands behind V the Ruler and has gotten him on with a couple of big name, you know, whether it's booking or people representing him. So he is actually legit and for real and under a real syndicated radio station.
Thank you. And I know this. And it was one of the reasons why I started really believing my gut, because it was like every time I was blessed to get professional angles. Even Rodiga's sister, I met Rodiga's sister. I called GT up right there. He like, I know them. They family messed up. You know, they scheme and this and that and that and this. You know, I'm planting the seed in my mind like, she on something. She out to get me. You know, and I'm like, because her daughter, I guess, wants to manage me. Want to co-manage me, rather, with my husband and stuff. And I'm telling him about it. He's telling me, no, don't do that. It's like everybody professional that's really here that's professional. When GT gets a whiff and I'm trying to merge them as one, he don't want to meet them. He don't want to because he knows that he'll get discovered. Like one of my friends, GT, who is he? You know, people Google him now, asking me 1,001 questions. From the get. When I posted I got signed to Top Shotta Records, my fans was like, well, who is he? So it started getting me frustrated because I'm like, I got people like hitting me up like, who is this cat? And I'm telling GT like, man, I need more information because people, he like, I don't care what people say. I don't care. That's not what we here for. I'm a Grammy nominee. I'm on the Billboard. I'm the first reggae, and I found out he ain't even reggae. He got that nationality. He stole it from his stepmother.
Yeah.
Did you do the research to see if he was on Billboard or not?
Man, I looked on it, but it looked like something that if you got a Billboard account, you can do yourself. It don't look like they done it.
Yeah, there's no bio, there's no music, there's definitely no award.
He's saying and he doing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, wait a minute. I found him on one of the sites that I had when I first started out in my career. When I seen that, I knew it was all BS. I'm like, he been running around here lying to me. You know, I have 5 kids, okay? 5 kids. And one has a learning disability. He's autistic. You know what I'm saying? So for me to leave my kids to man, I spent in Tucson overnight with him 24 hours. I left my kids for 24 hours. For that, bootleg, all this stuff that I had went through the very first time in my career with him. Man. was hurt. And he knows how I was crying when I was in Tucson. He's like, what's the problem? Man, I miss my kids. You know? So the whole entire time he had me down there on falsify, he planned on doing nothing with Diamond and Shay. I don't know. Yeah, it was told to me that he was probably going to try to make sexual advances if the opportunity presented itself.
Is that
highly Yeah, someone told me, and it just made us feel like that because DT got mad at me and my husband because me and my husband wouldn't sleep in the same bed that was in the room with him. And I was like, well, yeah, yeah. We got to the hotel, and the hotel had 2 beds in it, and it had like a front living room with a couch. And so me and my husband were like, well, we'll stay right here on the couch, you know. And Jasmine, I think she got one of the beds supposedly. But GT was like, no, this bed is for you. You know, I want y'all to sleep in here. And as a grown man, my husband was like, what? No, I ain't never. No, man, we're going to sleep right here on the couch. And that's what we did. And when GT woke up the next morning and realized he never even came in that room, he was heated. And I couldn't understand why. You know, I didn't, you know. So, you know, it's just, hey, but I don't do that. I ain't into that. I'm a child of God. Everything that I'm doing is very positive. I ain't got time for that. So when them spirits start letting me know, hey, you with the wrong set of people, they doing things all for the wrong reasons, lying to all these artists and Poe crazy, I feel so sad for him. Because he just in it too deep. Like, he's spending money. He's from Vegas, and he done been down here. And his mom, girl, I think her parents are wealthy. But she's working 2 jobs. She's on Facebook all the time venting how she got to work 2 jobs. And only how because the people that your husband signed to don't have money to support what they do.
Supposedly signed to. That means that he could break the contract at any time with no repercussions. They don't have money to even go after him. They've been duping him the whole time. But I was going to ask you too, in doing some research, their names, his name, and who's the MC? Burris, Mike Burris. His name and Crazy's name comes up as being affiliates or possible relatives of GT SHOTTA, of Tyler Simpson. So I was going to ask you, as far as you could tell or see, did it appear as though they had any history other than related to music?
I don't think so. I didn't know that at all, but I do know when we found out about GT, we contacted Crazy. He's the first one we contacted. And we were trying to let him know, you know, give him a heads up on what was going on and what we learned. And he was real defensive for GT. It was just like, he was like, nah, GT, like he's, you know, like how I was for GT in the beginning, you know. He signed a Wu-Tang, you know, well, how come he got this, how come he got that, you know what I'm saying? And we were, by the way, I forgot to let you all know, we were supposed to move in a $1.5 million house back here in April.
Where? In Arizona?
I mean, it was so serious to the point he had us go look at it and everything.
In Arizona?
Yeah, and what was that? Gilbert, Arizona.
Huh.
I was so intimidated, I didn't even get out the truck. I'm like, no, I know if the bodyguards, we might get shot. Like, I ain't, you know, I just didn't get out the truck. And come to find out, like, he don't even got money. Like, he just, oh my
man,
goodness.
He's doing the most to put everybody in the car to go, man.
That's why I'm like, I'm done. Whatever I need to do, we can do. I'm shutting him down. Because that's not right. Then you gonna get on me for not participating? Are you serious? I was just laughing, like, for real. So I broke that chain up and took a picture and put it on my Facebook page to see what would happen before I even said anything to anybody. And I sat there and waited for a few hours. Russ said something, but no action from GT, no action from BK. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, I got a follow from BK. And I thought that was strange. You know what I'm saying? Out of the blue, she just sent me like a follow request. She's following me now. So I went ahead and just blocked her because I'm like, she's trying to see my activity so she can pass it to GT. Because GT still hasn't made no contact. Because he knows. What can you possibly say at this point? I've been already on from you. That's why me and him was arguing. I told him twice, if you don't have any money, let me know. We can approach this thing different, you know, because at the end of the day, I am an artist and I'm all about chasing a dream. But it's got to go the right way. We're not going to fumble. We're not going to cause people to fumble. We're not going to do nothing negative on another human being.
Right.
But that's their blueprint. Their blueprint has that all up and down. And that's why I was like, I had to get out. Because Diamond Shay has nothing to do with that, and I will not represent nothing like that. I kept everything, got all my contracts, my records, my chain, and then things that I have in my mental. On top of other people, I need to start reaching out to these people that done been took advantage by him too.
Yeah, the first step is actually to speak out. The second thing would be to all get each other's information, or at least have one housing department where everybody has that information, whether it's a lawyer or if they don't want to deal with that right now, one person, and everybody keep their receipts, their papers, their pictures, everything in regards to this situation, emails, texts, everything that you have, even if you don't want them in your phone anymore. Print them off, screenshot them, print them off, and put them to the side.
Yeah, I sure got them. I never deleted. Now, I told my husband when things started getting crazy, I said, we are not deleting nothing else dealing with him. And I got it all the way. Next conversation back in March. Because that's when he contacted me. He called my phone. I hung up on him 3 times. He called me all 3 times, too. And that was my first sign, like, man, first of all, how'd you get my music? Because I ain't been out pushing it. That was a flag right there. Because he said, I got the music from one of your friends. So I don't remember having my music out here on CDs. They only at the stores. And, that just didn't make any sense. But I found out that they were down here in February. At some show again. And that was down here recruiting. That's what they was doing, trying to recruit.
Well, I was down there in February, and GT wasn't on that one. That was all BK.
See, so he wasn't even actually there. Yeah,
He wasn't actually there.
Yeah.
Just bootleg. And see, that's what I'm saying. God don't like ugly. Like, how could you stay nice? Like, come on.
So, did you get a copy of your contract back?
Yep.
Was it notarized?
No. I know, right?
Make him act like he was notarized, because when he came to the airport, he had a company stamper, and he put it all together, a real fancy one, and he put it together at the airport. And he's like, now this is like our notary, because like I'm a notary.
Which since I have a tax ID, I'm a business, I can get the same thing with my business name. You know what I'm saying? Like, he started adding up. The only thing did get notarized was a tour that we were supposed to be, quote unquote, going to China and Australia and
although I wasn't aware that you could be a felon and and be a notary.
See, she said she wasn't even aware that you could be a felon and have all that stuff. See, I didn't even know he had a felon.
Yeah, for theft.
Let him know what.
Let him tell he don't do nothing. And that's what this guy said in the juice tour. They like, yeah, he manipulative, he don't drink, he don't smoke, and that's just to man, I'm telling you, they're posted the videos of this little Top Shotta Federation boot camp. Oh my God, man.
The boot camp that was intense in the backyard?
Yeah. It was just sad. Because when I seen their face, like, you could see the determination. And I understand what it means, because I'm here. GT calls me every other day. Are you doing your exercises? Are you doing... I mean, this man had me so fatigued mentally. Man, I'm telling you.
But that's one of the first flags of a sociopath or of a con man. That they have to get your head spinning so that you don't know up from down and right from wrong. And if they can get your head spinning, it stays spinning until somebody comes along and basically grabs you and says, "What are you doing?"
And saved me. That's what I mean by rest, because he sent me a message out of the blue, and it was just like, "Save yourself while you can." And I looked at that like, what does he mean? But I didn't know how to go about contacting him, because I was still in with GT, and I didn't know if Russ would go back and tell GT, well, Diamond contacted me, and I just didn't know.
Right.
But eventually, I just was like, forget it. I just gotta reach out to him and find out what's going on. And that's how I was able to put my story pieces together, mixed with, things he'd been through, and just everything started making sense. I'm like, because my doctor kept telling me, like, GT made me physically ill. Like, physically ill. Like, I didn't know what was going on with myself. And he's like, man, you having all these anxieties because I'm trying to do something for a person that has no intention on doing anything. But get what he can get and peel him to the next.
Right. Yep. And that's what doctors will tell you that sociopaths do. And when you ask them what can be done, is there any medication or treatment, they say no, there isn't. All you can hope for is that they either die or move on to the next person. And I'm like, how do you hope that they move on to somebody else and hurt them too? Because in this case, there is something else. He doesn't have to die, and he doesn't have to move on to the next person. He can have consequences that put his ass in prison.
For his actions. That's right. I mean, you sit around at home, you don't do nothing. But it's my understanding he doesn't work. He's a stay-at-home dad, you know, and he got the spouse living there. And I feel so bad. I pray for her, and I pray for his kids, because it's just sad. It's one of those situations where those kids could get mentally messed up behind things that he's doing, you know. It's just sad. It's just a sad case, and that's why I put on my Facebook, stranger danger. When you see him, stranger danger. That's why you should run.
Mm-hmm.
Holla.
Man.
I don't know, you know, what makes him do this, but I'm telling you, he does it to the extent, and I'm telling you, that's why he's been going for so long. Yeah, in his mind, he probably really does think he's Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody better not telling he ain't.
Right.
But me, you know, and because I had ended up speaking to, well, not direct, Old Dirty Bastard's son is my friend on Instagram. And, you know, and I've been wanting to just, like, ask him bluntly, like, is he part of, do you guys know him? One person said that he doesn't even know GT. And this guy on his Instagram, that's all he does for a living, is just post Wu-Tang stuff. Redman, you know what I'm saying? All these cats, Ghost Killer, all of them. On a regular, that's all he does. So I know he know what he's talking about, you know. And it's just, the more you dig, it's just coming up.
Well, we pretty soon aren't going to have to do much more digging. It'll just be a matter of the people who have been affected coming forward and letting everyone know. And even if they don't want to tell their story to the world yet, they can come to you. They can come to us. We'll record their story and get the whole story down so that we have it all on record. Because we actually have talked to a couple of different industry people who are, one, because he says he's signed at Universal, and if you're a signed artist, you're going to have your account set up to where you can receive royalties. Because there isn't just royalties from your song playing. There's royalties, there's performance royalties, there's writing royalties. There's all kinds of royalties you can receive if you're assigned to a label. So we're waiting an official response from that department and from Wu-Tang's real manager.
Yeah, that's just, Well, that's what he gets. God doesn't like ugly, and I knew it was going to happen. The minute he messed with me, that's where you messed up. Because, you know, I'm a child of God, and I pray every single day. And, you know, I'm for these kids. I'm for the new generation. So a lot of this stuff that we see on TV and hear on the radio, I ain't for all that. I know how to compose music now with no cuss words in it.
I don't know if you explained to us when he said that he was giving us the $1.5 million house, which is boxing up shit.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. He sent us a link. He's like, well, I'm going to move y'all into one of my houses because I'm looking for a house there anyway because I'm never there. You can talk to my manager, too. I'm only there in Arizona once a year and blase. So we're literally packing up, like, to move into this place because GT on a regular is sending us information about this place. You know, and at this point, I had no reason to deny things but the appearance. I said, how is he going to move us in a $1.5 million house? But when I see him, he don't look like he even got that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't talking about that, but I was thinking that. You know, because it's quality. You get somebody a $5,000 contract. Now, come on. Please. And we found out, you know, that because when we told him we were packing to go see the place, and he's like, well, slow down. Now, all of a sudden, we got to slow down. We're moving. It was going to be under a month. But now you're moving too fast. Because he didn't expect us to take action. That's what it was.
And let us speak to your husband / manager for a moment.
Okay.
Hello.
How you doing, fam?
What's up with you, boss?
This is C Alpha, and Rebecca Miss PR. You know what I mean? We were just trying to get a little background knowledge, trying to shed some light on all this confusion. We have probably about 15 minutes left in our show, so I wanted to get you online so you could introduce yourself to everyone and give everyone your feedback, your insight, your input, please.
Okay. I'm Ronald, and I'm Stacy's husband. And I felt like from the beginning, it was like beautiful, you know. I mean, everything was working beautiful, especially when he met us at the airport. That was really like, man, how you can just fly like that. So that made me feel like this is legit. So when he said about the house, you know, that messed up financial situation up now, you know, and I understand when I look on the internet and I see all these people saying that they got eliminated by them by getting money, scams, and all that. I just felt that for real because it would happen to me. Because when he said he was going to move us into 1.5 million, I'm the man of the house, so I'm juggling the money in other sources instead of worrying about the bills because I know I'm moving in this house. Right. So when it didn't happen, now I'm playing catch up, trying to catch up everything. So it's really a damper on me.
He even sent you guys the link to the house to where you could go and look at
the link to the house. He told us, but he said exactly, and we picked the one we liked, and he said that's the one I was liking too. He said, "Won't y'all go out and look at it? Tell me what's about it." So we went out and looked at it. It was in Gilbert, and as soon as we took interest in the house on the internet, it's got an alarm on it. So the agent will automatically call you. So when the agent called us about the house, like, was y'all interested in this house, blah, 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 we already explained to him that she just got signed to Wu-Tang, and we was going to look at it, and he was trying to schedule some time, and I was like, well, we're waiting on GT to get in town. He'll probably contact you as soon as you get in town. So everything seemed like it was legit. So basically, I actually was boxing up stuff. Things that I didn't want to take with me, I was taking it to the pawn shop, just getting rid of it. I got like ice on everything. I know I got like $3,000 worth of stuff in the pawn shop right now that I don't know how I'm going to get it all out because I'm believing in this man, thinking we're going to start making money.
Wow, folks, just listening. I hope you guys out there listening are paying attention to this, because just like everybody involved in this is being taken advantage of and misled, you know, you can think to yourself that it won't happen to you, you know, or it won't happen to one of your loved ones, but you know, this stuff is serious. When you believe in yourself and you're trying to pursue your dream, and you have someone come to you and feed you your dream back to you and tell you how they can actually put you in touch with it, you know, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So now you're behind in your bills. You have property and personal belongings and things now that you've basically lost.
Correct.
And out of this whole thing, if you were to be 100% honest with yourself, what did you gain? What did you benefit so far?
Well, the only thing that I know for a fact I gained, and just being honest, is all my wife's music is non-cussing now. You know, so to pay almost, I'm gonna say, just a roughly $4,500 to have her stop cussing. You know, I don't know if that's worth it, but you know, that's the only thing I can see I got out of this whole thing.
Wait, but you paid
certain places I wouldn't even walk my face in right now because I feel so stupid because how I went in there and bragged about this man, how we was gonna be doing this and that. I'm ashamed.
Right.
That's why most of my stuff is stuck in the pond because I'm scared to go back in there. How you go back to the pawn shop after you just talk so highly of this man, how he signed my wife, and how we gonna do this and that, and I'm pawning everything. Now I'm coming back getting it out.
Yeah.
A family of 5. I got a microwave in there that was a $400 microwave, and they gave me $89 for it. I'm going back to the pawn shop and say, can I get my microwave back?
Right.
Because the house had a microwave.
Right.
You know, because we went and looked at it.
Right. Wow. Well, you know, we would like like for you all, if you can, to get together some of those audio recordings, you know what I mean, and you know, get them ready, because it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be contacting you. It's going to be people that want to know, because like Rebecca said, you know, something can be done about this. Something needs to be done about this. And, you know, it's wrong. It's wrong. Stealing is wrong. It's wrong to steal from people, you know. You know, all the swinger activity and all that's moral issues. But when we're talking about what people work for, you know, how people are taking care of their children, handling their business and their responsibilities appropriately, to have them robbed, cheated, swindled, it's not the business.
And everybody that stands behind him, whether it's an artist or his manager or anybody that is with him all the time that he vouches for and stands behind him, are accomplices. You can't commit a murder, have people stand around and sit there and not do anything about it, and not think that you're going to get touched for it too. Something. There are repercussions for everybody involved.
Correct. And the reason, like when we went to Tucson, we didn't really have the money to go there, but when I went to Tucson, I had $10 in my pocket, and then when we got down there, he said we're spending the night, and I was like, man, GT, I only got $10 in my pocket. I didn't know we were spending the night. He's like, everything good. So they had the rooms ready. So we said we was gonna go get something to eat before we went to the wherever place we was going for the signing. So we stopped at Wendy's. There's a 99-cent menu, but everybody walked in and he bought him his meal. He got him a nice meal. It was like $5.68, but he walked off. So I just told him I ain't had but $10. He knows this when we walked in, so he just walked on off. So I went on and got my girl and me something to eat. So I had $3 left in my pocket.